Okay, well, the fix is in. This is the most bizarre thing. I'm actually stunned. It's my first year voting Republican because I want to protect small business.
Who's been more negative, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
Harris, without question.
Oh, come on, literally every day.
And I personally think it would be dishonest not to acknowledge that the bulk of the attacks that Kamala Harris lodges against Donald Trump range from basically dishonest to absolutely, I can't believe they're getting away with this, dishonest. On policy, on all sorts of things. And I feel like this goes unacknowledged because of how Trump operates, and I fully admit that he says things that get our attention and that sound outrageous
and incredibly.
Yes, God finally said what I have been saying for a very long time. When you look through, Kamala campaign is dishonest. Even Obama still repeated some hooks that has been debunked for a very long time. I have seen this over and over, and I wonder why even Elon Musk had to call out Kamala campaign today. Like, what is going on? Must you people lie? It's every situation. Scott did a good job here. I don't know if you've seen that clip. First, take a look at this.
Yes, here with a handful of hours to go. I mean, she doesn't have to attack Donald Trump, I guess, because she's done it every single day of the campaign since she got into it. It's been a relentlessly negative and relentlessly dishonest campaign. And here at the end, they want credit for trying to be positive and unifying after a week of Republicans are Nazis, Republicans are garbage, Republican women are weak and stupid. So I get it. I understand why they would want to tout this one time that she didn't relentlessly go negative and dishonest against Donald Trump. But to me, the bulk of the campaign is obvious. It is they are betting all their chips on there's just enough people in the country who hate or are willing to fear Donald Trump to win. That's about all they've got.
So wait,
and I think Kamala Harris has been frightfully vague
do you
about
think
what she wants to do.
Who's been more negative, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
Harris, without question.
Oh, come on, literally every day.
And I personally think it would be dishonest not to acknowledge that the bulk of the attacks that Kamala Harris lodges against Donald Trump range from basically dishonest to absolutely, I can't believe they're getting away with this, dishonest. On policy, on all sorts of things. And I feel like this goes unacknowledged because of how Trump operates, and I fully admit that he says things that get our attention and that sound outrageous
and incredibly
but we don't hold her to the same level of accountability. And the bulk of their campaign against Trump has been she sits on a throne of dishonesty when it comes to his agenda. He did not write Project 2025. He did not put it in a book. He does not hand it out. And that is the bulk of their campaign, and it's ridiculous. What I decided to do in this election was focus on the future. Who do I think would take the country and the government in the basic direction in which I want to go? But most of the time, a government that he would build would probably do most of what I want. And I think none of the time that's true for Harris. She's given Republicans like me, who don't really come from the MAGA wing of the party, absolutely nothing. And just to put a point on what I said earlier, the headline that I woke up to this morning in Axios was the no comment candidate. Harris' strategy clouds how she'd govern. She doesn't want voters to know whether she would stick to her old liberal views or govern with new centrist thinking. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. How can I entrust my vote with someone who won't even tell me whether they have a conservative view?
That is so dishonest.
This is why I like Scott. He says it the way it is. And seeing them calling up this man to work with was a good idea. I don't know how that would last. These people don't hold Kamala accountable the way they do with some. Any slightest thing, Trump has done this, Trump has done this. But we don't see that with Kamala. It is difficult throughout the year. Just a few months, Kamala running through campaign. I have not seen CNN being hard on her. Though Libra sometimes complain. Now on another video, CNN Van Jones says he is nervous and worried about Kamala Harris' chances in Pennsylvania. That is making me happy about Pennsylvania. Joe specifically pointed to poor Philadelphia turnout for Democrat and concerns over Jewish voters, where I'm just nervous all the time, so I don't feel good about nothing. I'm not gonna feel good about nothing till it is over. I'm worried. Democrat are panicking. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me play this video so you can see exactly what he said.
Philadelphia is where we've got to run up a big margin.
But Philly overall has been trending down, not in terms of going toward the Republicans, just people not getting out to vote. And so you got people out there like Pastor Carl Day, who's got a bunch of young men with him knocking on doors trying to get people to come out. It's a bigger, tougher fight in Philly to get that vote count up than it has been in the past. That has me worried. The other thing that has me worried is that the Jewish vote in the suburban areas, Biden won the Jewish vote by 70%, 70-30 last time. Some polls show Kamala at 50-50. That is 70,000 votes we bled away. That is the margin for victory. So you got groups like Zioness, Amanda Berman out there fighting to get the Jewish vote back on board. This is a tough
Trump campaign doing ads
and
to
the
try
Trump
to
campaign pushing the other direction. So this is it is door to door, bruised knuckles, tired legs, a lot of coffee, and I'm nervous and worried, and I'm not going to be anyway until this thing gets called.
Okay, is there anything that is making you happy about Pennsylvania?
No, there's nothing making me happy about Pennsylvania. You got David Urban out there causing us trouble in the rural parts of the state. Get David Urban on this show and keep him here all day, and then I'll feel better.
Just don't let him leave.
I don't want him out there.
Same question to you. Is anything making you happy about Pennsylvania? Is everything making you nervous?
I just have to say, if only there's something that Kamala Harris could have done early in this campaign to help with the Jewish voters of Pennsylvania, could it have been that the governor of Pennsylvania...
Yes, I believe you heard him. He is extremely worried, like, what is going on? What will happen? They are panicking. It is difficult for these people to actually express themselves this way. Like, few days ago, I realized Kamala was running different ads, targeting different people. Went to Michigan, a different ad targeting Muslims. Went to this location, Pennsylvania, run a different ad targeting Jewish voters. And CNN couldn't bear that. They had to call that out because it was dishonest. Like, what is going on? They've realized where they're falling out. And here this man acknowledges that the mistake. I've seen a lot of Democrats like Shalanga the God blaming Kamala for picking wheels. That they were supposed to pick Ben Shapiro for vice president. At least you could have both of these plays. Now look at what is happening here. Scott made it clear. This is the problem. That is where their issue is coming. And if you look at critically, that is it. We are putting few hours to go.
Okay, well, the fix is in. This is the most bizarre thing. I'm actually stunned. It's my first year voting Republican because I want to protect small business, and as a small business owner, I'm highly invested in our economy. First year voting Republican. I voted mail-in for probably since I've been in college, almost for 10 years now, at least 7 years. They rejected my ballot. And I found out because the Democratic Party called me telling me that they rejected my ballot. And my mom called me a couple days ago saying that someone from the Democratic Party showed up at the house to ask if I was voting. Keep in mind there's plenty of other family members in the house. They came to the house and asked for me. It's been rejected.
If she is putting this out for people to see what is going on, if you cast, extremely be careful. Try to look if it has been counted. Who knows? It might have happened to a lot of people. And she is extremely worried. Like my very first time, what could be wrong? I decided to play the video so you can see exactly what is happening. Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly.
And so I have a question. Are you also a lawyer?
Yeah, I am.
So you could conceivably be a great AG if this was... Because, and I say this because your moral core is magnificent.
Wow.
Just because Liz Cheney disagree with Whoopi Goldberg is seeing her like an idol. Oh, you'll be edgy. This should be an ad for Trump. Like, seriously? What? Liz Cheney, the warmonger.
Donald Trump loses this election, he's basically finished.
The New York Times recently put this out. Kamala doesn't cross 50% in a single state in the last New York Times polls, and her leads are all within the margin of error. The polls that admit Trump voters were 16x less likely to respond and does not rule out a 2020 repeat here. This is a great poll for Trump. That is the New York Times. When you are looking at these polls, oh, Kamala is winning, Kamala is winning.
The only poll that really matters is the one on Election Day.
Do not let this make you complacent. Let it fire you up. Let it inspire you. Let it light a fire under your asses to make this thing a reality. You don't win elections with polls, you win them with votes.
Constantly lean Trump, and they don't necessarily, they have not been very accurate.
The weird thing about this election cycle is that positionally, Trump is the most moderate candidate.
It also got a bit of a hiccup from Joe Biden.
Have called out Trump over it.
Candidates very clearly pushing to win.
He brought up we're garbage.
I don't know why these women are still on air.
Dan, I love you. You're so wrong. As they want to be.
So they now weigh the two candidates to see who will favor them.
Biden. This is the President of the United States.
Now, I never noticed before and make me go, whoa.
You know, throw a birthday.
If you are over 18, please register to vote.
What he does at age.
I'm not voting for Donald Trump because I think he's a perfect person.
I woke up today to the headline.
Our exalt says of protection is not the freedom of choice,